Alright, so there's messages coming in from this beautiful ET that I'm channeling right now. The message is there's something unexpected coming in that we would have no way of knowing, no way of anticipating, something completely out of the blue. And at first it may look crazy. The whole world may look crazy and like it's crashing and burning, but this is something you know and intuitively feel so deep inside you, inside your soul, that this is your time to step up as a spiritual leader, as you've always known you would have a chance to in this lifetime, known that you are meant to as part of your purpose in this lifetime, to step up when this happens. What will it look like at first? We're human. We're human. We may be an immortal, powerful, sovereign soul having a human experience, but when this goes down, the human in us, no matter how much you've been meditating and how tranquil and peaceful you are, it's going to trigger your ego a little bit, right? And so you probably have had a lot of practice in lessening your ego, releasing resistance, practicing being your new self around your family and friends and neighbors and whatnot. And so I asked, I'm like, what is this in regards to this unexpected change? And right away it was abundance, it was money, related to our ancestral and bloodline abundance, and your home situation, saving money, and managing your finances. So this was kind of really on point for me, because I literally just did a meditation with my grandmother, for my grandmother. I mean, she's bedridden, but I've done a meditation for her a couple months ago. She's ready to pass on, and I just wanted to help her heal any blockages or any fear that she had. Call in some of our crossed over loved ones to greet her, to get her familiar with the process, because she was really holding on to a lot of fear, anxieties, and she has dementia, so it was kind of a difficult process, a long process, a grueling process that's affecting the mental health of a lot of the family. So I decided to step in and help out. So I got some crystals, got some sage and Palo Santo, and I did my energy work. And in the beginning, the first time I did it, it was really intense. I could feel energies and beings around me in the room, walking around doing things, and it was kind of not gonna lie, it was a little bit scary. And then the second time around, I did it just today. It was so intense, like it was incredible amount of bloodline karma, ancestral karma being cleared, and on top of that, any negativity that is among us or that was passed on, any vexes or curses or any of that sort, just cleansed and released through my entire family tree. And it was incredible to see, like, just the immense amount of people and energy that's around you just from your ancestors. And a lot of us don't take the time to really think about it or do that kind of work, but there's incredible power there, and it's going to help you release your karma with your family and help them release any karma between themselves and among your ancestors. And for your human, it's really important for your human to get this closure. You're born into this family for a reason, this religion or culture or family tree for a reason, even if you don't know your family that well, or you are quite close-knit. This is a very important practice to do, to reach out to your ancestors, your bloodline, and do this healing, do this clearing. And if you're advanced enough, of course, asking for the permission, the higher self, the permission of the higher selves of all involved, your family, your ancestor, and to do this work in their own divine timing and at their pace that works for them. So that was a huge clearing, so much so that at the end of this meditation, I was shown kind of like the pearly gates. It was kind of cool. It was actually pink gemstone columns. It was like a white tunnel. I saw some crossover loved ones related to my grandmother there. I talked to my grandmother's spirit and showed her kind of how to cross over comfortably. And it was like a process. It was pretty cool. I think I might record how to do this for your loved ones that are heaven bound at some point. But so basically clearing that ancestral karma and negativity and whatever was there for my human, for this family, for this family tree was incredibly powerful. And this wealth, this abundance, this money, this material abundance that is coming in for you now, and not just physically, but just opportunity wise, people that are like-minded that are going to be working with you, just the land that you're going to be cultivating, that you're going to build upon. Maybe you build a business, build your family home, build a legacy. These things are happening now. I asked for the time frame and it says now. It's been a long time coming and it's here. I also got, when this abundance comes in, there's going to be a little bit of a falling out. So we cover the fact that you're human, you're gonna see things crash and burn, and at first it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, kind of like when this pandemic started. No matter who you were, a light worker for many years or new to the game, it kind of your human fear came out, like, whoa, what is this? And for those that do light work, that do meditate, that do connect with your higher guidance, of course you knew within several days, several weeks, that this was just a part of the divine plan. And it's very beautiful what's happening. Chaotic, crazy, and sad, but beautiful in that it's the awakening, us humans finding our divine truth in this world. So when this abundance comes through, you may have some conflict with your family and your close loved ones, because when hasn't money caused issues in relationships, right? So in the beginning, words might be said, it might be harsh, people might be envious or jealous, because I am getting that it is light workers and the people that are going to have a huge role to play in the start of this physical manifestation of the awakening, that will receive the abundance first, because they know what to do with it. How to use it responsibly. You might have to learn a little bit about how to manage money well, or how to manage opportunities and your time well, manage people well, resources well. So these are all things that you will learn on the job, as I say, or in training while you're getting this abundance. But the main thing that that my ET friend here is giving a heads up to us about is making sure that you are aware and prepared that there is a little bit of friction that may be caused between the awakened and unawakened people initially. So the next message that I got from my AT friend here is that things are already set in motion because you've already accepted. This was a really hard thing for a lot of Lightworkers to do, which is be in the mode of accepting, being in a very receptive mode. That's a very divine feminine energy. To just be in the receiving of opportunities and energy and resources mode. So in the past month or two, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, but you might have been doing the bare minimum in terms of your responsibilities, taking care of yourself, self-love, self-care, but just doing activities such as learning a new instrument, learning a new language, just writing articles, writing books, writing a blog, writing in a journal, writing a gratitude journal. I'm not sure if you heard that, but I'm driving while I record this. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, painting, drawing, singing, whatever you can do, playing video games, just cooking, building things, rearranging furniture, cleaning out your closet, going through your clothes and things of what you need and what you don't need anymore, going through your phone contacts and texts and apps and your laptop, cleaning everything out, your electronics, your wires, even either your old childhood things or your child's old things when they're grown adults now, just going through things to just release. You're releasing your old life and accepting your new one. And part of this acceptance was to just be patient, sit on your hands and just do nothing, which is one of the hardest things for us to do as light workers, because we want to go. We want to help. We want to improve ourselves. We want to better ourselves. We want to go learn new things, do new things, and go down rabbit holes. And rabbit holes is part of it. Going down rabbit holes, learning new truth, learning new spiritual things, new things about human history and all that. That's part of it. Researching and all that. But yeah, it's hard for light workers to kind of sit still, but that is when the magic happens, right? And it's happening now. I am still getting about 6 months, a year to 2 years. I'm getting specifically 2 years for most of us of a time where you are living the exact life you always wanted and wished for. And this is the very simple life, the minimalistic, bare bones life of just very happy, enjoying your day-to-day life, not really looking at the time or the clock or the calendar, and just really living life, waking up with your loved one next to you or your children around you, just the people that you really want in your life as your neighbors, and just kind of your workouts are kind of just things that you need to do around your garden, your farm, your house, and collecting water and whatnot. But being blessed with just the newest technologies, learning how these newest technologies work. So it's a clash of very simple living outwardly, but the highest of high tech, even hidden technologies coming out for the light workers to tinker around with first, get to know first, in our homes or underground and labs and whatever, our workplaces. I get for a lot of people there's going to be communities where there's a living area where there's a lot of community-based activities, community farms and activities for the children and whatnot. And then right next to it, like a huge domed laboratory for all this kind of experiments and stuff like that. Everyone having farms, their own source of food and water and medicine. So it's like very getting back to simplistic, bare bones living, but then also working with the highest of technology, not just physical technology, but also medical technologies that work with the body, advanced psychic techniques and advanced therapy techniques that we will be implementing in the world. So just a bunch of these things going on. This is a time for us light workers to finally play, be creative, have fun, feel warm and excited. And we are basically, it's like a long version of training while living our highest and best life, the life that we always imagined, but very private while we go through this kind of transformation. And then like, we'll have our soul missions come through. Our soul mission isn't just one specific thing. It involves all of our natural abilities and skill sets and knowledge and know-how and interests and passions. It connects all these things. It's a journey, not a destination. So it's not just one soul mission. It's just the way that you exude energy, exude your true power, how you exert yourself into this environment, into this world. It's like being an example. This is who you are, and you're showing everyone else this is what you can do when you are the best version of yourself. And it's just like going to be it's like a honeymoon period. And I mean, for those of you coupled up, or those of you who are going to be coupled up, this is going to be a very romantic part of your journey as well, these next couple of years. I believe it starts after 2022, because I feel like this year is when a lot of this truth comes out, and this is when we get a lot of our abundance, and we kind of start planning things, traveling to places, and figuring out what our next steps are. And then the 2 years after that, so 2023 and 2024, is going to be kind of us hermit mode, kind of us in being a little bit more private and just kind of living our best lives, which is going to be kind of tough when everyone else is kind of awakening, going through some of their more difficult experiences, going through the emotional traumas and healing that, going through that depression of finding out the truth and that you've been lied to for a long time. So they're going to be going through that, and not that we're not going to be there to help them, but the best way we can help them is to help ourselves, make sure our cup is full before we fill theirs. So there's going to be that aspect to it as well. I mean, we are learning these really hidden technologies, these really advanced technologies, advanced medicines and medical technologies, and advanced versions of therapy, and so we can help the rest of the collective, right? But it takes a bit of training, and it takes us to power up to our highest and best self. So these next few years, we're going to be powering up, we're going to upgrade, and a part of it is physically. We're going to be physically upgrading to our crystalline bodies, and that's a whole nother post for another time. But in the end, this is a good time. Our ET friend is mentioning it is a good time to release any past hurts, in whatever way that you want to do that, whether it's just talking to that person as if they're in the same room with you, whether it's like letting go of physical things, shirts and texts and pictures, and I don't know, that one item that you have that you keep holding on to that you need to let go of, like, because things hold energies. If it doesn't hold good energy, if it doesn't hold good memories, and it's holding not so good energy, and and that's around you, and keeping that around you. So you need to release, and it's going to come in the form of physical things, but also just emotionally. You're going to think about your ancestors, your heritage, your culture that you were born into, and that you've adopted, who you are as a person, just really, really going down deep into your depths, to your core. That's going to be important to do at this time. And yes, Lightworker, you are receiving your abundance now. I just want to ask my ET friend, for extra confirmation that the time is now, and I got yes, the time is now, this hour and this day. It's clear and true. So you will know it is time, and it is time, Lightworker. The last bit of advice that I'm getting from my ET friend here is to not be afraid to write, to speak, to combine ideas, to express ideas, and to listen to others. Be open-minded to other Lightworkers and their ideas, and other people and their ideas. And then, listen to it and understand it from their point of view, and then kind of step back and see if it does fit into your beliefs. If it doesn't, you can throw it out, doesn't matter. But it's kind of very important that you keep your mind open and be thoughtful and curious, and it'd be really helpful for us all to kind of be able to share our ideas, our point of view, and kindness, goes a long way. There has been a mean streak for Lightworkers recently, where we've been kind of chilling like a villain. We've been feeling this energy. It's been really causing us a lot of friction with us and unawakened people and our old life and our old way of being. It's been within us, but it's also manifested with the people around us and our environment. So you might have seen a lot of friction, and you might have been on a mean streak, and that's fine. It's completely natural. You're human. It's normal. But it's time to power up. We're leveling up in the biggest way possible. I mean, we're leveling up to the best version of ourselves we can be, and it's something new. No one has experienced this before. No human has evolved to this high a level ever before. We haven't consciously evolved altogether to this level before, so this is all new territory, and we're stepping up. You're being a leader. You know what it takes, and don't worry, you're going to be kind and nice to people for a little bit, and friends and family and neighbors may cause a little bit of a ruckus, but you got that out of you. You've had your V-string, you got it out of you. You screamed, you shouted, you showed people how annoying it is when they don't know what they're doing and they're unaware and unawakened. You got that out of you recently, probably. And so now you can step back into being that kind leader, a spiritual leader. And don't worry, you'll be leaving soon, so you can be with like-minded people. So, do what you can. Don't worry if you can't. Take care of yourself, all right? Much love, light, and peace.